goodness. Well, you guys, I know it's late and I know it's 9, and some of us it might be a little bit earlier. I'm not really sure where everybody's time zones are at, but I just wanted to make it really short and really sweet. And I just wanted to welcome you guys into Team Believe Nation and to really tell you, like, honestly, it's the scariest and it's the most liberating thing that you can do to like really draw that line in the sand and get to the point in your life where you're like, I can't say anymore that I want to change. I have to be willing to do that kind of work. I know for me, when I started 5 years ago, it started because two of my friends on Facebook were, you know, working on their goals, and I was watching their weight loss journey. But what I was really seeing was I was watching them get really freaking happy. I started seeing, like, I felt like as a Facebooker, so to speak, I felt like I had a privilege and an honor, like that I was watching them and they didn't know that I was watching them, more or less really paying attention to them, so to speak, like paying attention to their smile progress or how they handled a hard time, or the vulnerability they were sharing on social media. But I could also see it serving as like this therapeutic tool. And not, I'm not saying like, oh, we're going to start posting on, our social media pages. That's not it. What I'm trying to say is that this is so full circle, because if one didn't start the journey, one couldn't get curious about their own, right? And what happens is we plant this seed that we don't even realize we're doing with other people, where they could be watching you for a really long time. So no matter where you are, no matter what, coach brought you in, just know that there is a tingle tug inside of you that most likely has been talking to you for quite some time. And everything to where you are today is kind of like, it could be that crossroad, where you can really take a look at everything and go, gosh, up until this point, I've always viewed my weight loss journey as hard, challenging, restrictive, strict, all of those things. And I kind of want you guys to throw all of those things away. Those self-defeating thoughts, those self-defeating things that you've once done. However, I'm going to tell you this too, is that I am not perfect. I'm not striving to be perfect in my wellness journey, but I am striving to have a better relationship with me. I needed a better relationship with me, because if someone were to describe me, they would probably say, she's giving, she's kind, she's funny, she'll do anything for you. She's persistent, like she burps, she sleeps in late, like whatever, like she's goofy, she drops the F-bomb all the time, like whatever. Like if you know me, like you know who I am, right? But when we describe people and we describe ourselves, I don't think I've ever said, and I'm really thankful for me, myself and I. And so I want you guys to open up and realize that when you say yes to things like this, you are asking for God or the universe or the light or whatever you believe in. Maybe you believe in an energy. It doesn't matter, right? But you are asking to either be reborn or be cracked open, so you can kind of like start setting yourself free more and more and more and more and more. And I am going to be more upfront and honest. And I was telling Marika, I said, this is going to be like where it's not me being pushy. It's like, I've seen so many people, and I've been coaching for 3 years now. And it saddens me when people go very quickly, right? They're excited. It's infectious. They're pumped up. And then 3 or 4 months go down the road, or even a month or a week even. And all of a sudden, what was so exciting became so hard. And then this purchase got turned into an expense. And then it will cause an exit strategy. It'll cause you to cancel. It'll cause you to say, well, I just didn't blah, or, well, I'm just too busy anyways. And I've heard these things over the years, and I'm not, they're like, some of them are valid. I get it. But when it comes down to it, I don't feel any reason is good enough to let go of your wellness. I just don't see that anymore, right? No reason is good enough that I'm gonna be like, yeah, well, you're right. Like, I want you guys to be invested, and I want you guys to realize that this is not about sprinting and grabbing your tools and being like, all right, now I got to do all the things. Integrate it, be active. And I just want you guys to know the things that work and why. For me, and I know Sharona too, Sharona's one of my coaches. It's like, what makes you so consistent? I see you every single day, right? I'm not in it every day for pounds. I'm not in it every day because I feel like I'm ready to work out. It's not that, but I'm just really ready to be freaking happy and at peace with myself. And when I'm down, I want to be able to bounce back faster. And when there's shit going down and a lot of plot twists come my way with kids or whatever, it cannot be my reason why it's not a good time for me. So I know for us, we're all brand new challengers. I kind of just wanted to share with you what like Team Believe Nation is and what I want to help you figure out what it means for you. So the first thing is, I know I gave you guys the Beachbody blog app. Have you guys been able to find and just like kind of search that a little bit and come up with 4 or 5 recipes that you're like, let me give these a try. I'm going to be consistent with this 3, this weekend I'm going to try this one. What's your strategy with that? And can anybody open up and kind of share with the group kind of where you're at with that stuff? And then that'll help me too. Nope. Nobody. Come on, girl.
You knew it was going to be me.
That's right.
I've got 3. Yeah, 3.
Is there one that you like, or are we still working and tweaking?
We're still working and tweaking.
Do you feel like you're getting closer to where you need to be in your goal for finding it and being like, okay, this is it. I'm good for now.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think it depends. Honestly, it was like late this week was depending on the day, because some of the days it just did not work, but I kept trying. But I found 3 right now that I can actually drink, I guess you want to say. So that was a bonus.
And also too, you took the time to find something to make it work. And that's another thing too, so kudos to you for like doing the research,
Yeah, because I had the sensitivity to nuts and stuff, so I had to be very careful. Hold on.
Right. So I think that's great, you guys. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is I want you guys to nail your Shakeology concoction. The reason why is because that is the bread to the butter. The reason why, it's for all of the reasons. One, it can help you with for your first rule, which is discipline, right? That small, consistent goal. Like, I just want to be consistent. And sometimes we need a small for a big win, right? So what I'm just going to always share with you what worked for me, and then hopefully that'll spin off for you to do what you need to do. So for example, when I started this, my daughter was 3 months old and I was still nursing her. So I would get up in the morning and I would go downstairs, and I have to tell you a funny story. So the first time I was making my shakes was the way it says on the packet. It says add water, shake, enjoy, right? And I remember just going to my tap, making the water, filling it up and shaking it, and immediately calling Demetria going like, what the fuck is this? This is disgusting. This tastes like shit. I can't, blah, 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 blah. She's like, okay. She goes, and she can give it to me real. And that's what I need from people. Give it to me real, because that's my love language, right? She goes, dipshit. Let me tell you something. You have a sweet tooth like nobody's business. How many times did you go to Starbucks this week? And I was like, huh? And she was like, you told me you went through the McDonald's drive-thru to get that blood. And it was whatever, right? And she was like, you don't have a palate ready for just water. Your body is addicted to sugar and the crap and the junk. So what in the hell makes you want to go balls to the wall on a wellness journey and just go for like, the water. And I was like, I think this was because it said it. And she was like, please find a recipe that you like. We can work on that later. And then I felt like, oh, because it brought me a lot of stress. Oh, here we go again. I told you I wasn't going to like it. What a waste of time. What a waste of product. But then she also caught me saying that too. And she told me, you were never allowed to speak like that again. And I said, why? And she was like, and at first I was kind of taken back a little bit. I was like, well, why? And she was like, because that is not serving your purpose for what this means for you. That's serving your exit strategy. And she's right. She was very right. And I was like, whoa. And then from that moment forward, I realized this is a mental game that you have to play. And it's something that I realized then most of my weight was what sat in between my ears. Okay. It was the constant telling myself that I wasn't good enough, feeding myself with the wrong things. So that brought a lot of clarity. So I would get up every morning, and we didn't have the Beachbody blog then, so I had to rely on her for recipes. So she had sent me a few recipes, and I gave them a go. I said I was going to try one every single day. And within the first 2 weeks, I had some things to fall on. Then once I had those, I said, okay, now that I know I can drink it, now the next goal is to do what she said, which is to start reaping the benefits. But reaping the benefits of Shakeology are only going to happen later. It's not now. So like if you were to take, a headache, your headache's not going to miraculously disappear. Or if you take blood pressure medication, it's not going to go down right away, right? Whatever it is, I don't know. Or depression medicine. I mean, I remember when I was in the heat of my PTSD, I was like, please Zoloft work. And I would pop it. And they're like, honey, you have to wait 3 months. And I'm like, 3 months for to get the full effect? They're like, yeah. So you have to be consistent, right? Because you want to feel better. But here's the question I'm going to ask you. Do you want to pay the doctor, or do you want to pay the farmer in 5 years, 6 months, 2 more weeks, a year from now, 20 years from now, right? So it's what we do today that's going to help all of your tomorrows. But I'll tell you that everything that has ever stopped you is going to come flooding to you. The old thought patterns, all of those things. And here's how we counterbalance it. Number one, we're going to stay super consistent on our Shakeology. That is super key. If you find that you're struggling to not even just have the nutrition, you got to reach out to your coach and say, I need help, right? That's number one. One thing that I want to make sure you guys do too is do a post, a picture of something so we know you're here in the group. So for me, there's over 180 members, and I'm one person, and I'm on the journey with you, and we're doing it together. And that's what I love most, because I am definitely no better. I am no smart. And I also have my challenges. But that's kind of why the group was created, because I didn't want to do my wellness journey alone. I didn't want to be by myself. And how many of you have felt alone in trying to get better? Oh, it's only me. Nobody understands. Let me tell you something. If that story can still be your story, but if you stick around long enough to find out the magic that's inside of you that I know that you have, and I will breathe that belief for you until you can breathe that in yourself, it's fire. It's absolute fire, but it's a lot of work, you guys. So it's going to be a lot of inner work, but also vulnerability. And that's hard too. I mean, this wellness journey is going to be built on discipline, how bad you want it. And so I know I asked you guys a little bit, like, what does this mean for you? Why is this so important? And can we have something that you can connect to every single day to remind you to figuring this out? Like, your job is to figure this out, right? With these tools. And what you're trying to really figure out is how happy you can be. So my humblest suggestions to you are: post once a day in our accountability group. Show the members where you're at and what you're doing and where you want to go, right? That's number one. Every single day. But you might go, yeah, but I didn't do anything yesterday, and I just really feel bad. Like, I didn't even have my shake. And that might happen. But are you going to show up for you, because it's not really about a shake and it's not really about a pound on the scale. It's about your happiness. It's about you being the hero in this journey. You are center stage. And let me tell you, if you're like me, that's a really uncomfortable spot to be in, but you also want it so badly, right? Like, I want to be able to eat at the dinner table by myself without defense, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I can be by myself humbly, happily, and all of those things. So, Sharona, can I ask you, like, what does your like, if I say to you, because I want to help the girls out, like, when I say to them, I want them to like, what does this mean for you? What does Beachbody, what does Shakeology, what does programs, what do all the tools and the community mean for you? Because I brought Sharona on the call tonight too, because she's one of my longest challengers. And she came out of nowhere on Facebook and joined. And Sharona, if you want to share a little bit of your story, I think that would be awesome for the girls to hear and kind of get inspired by you.
Hi everyone. So this journey, like I've been with Beachbody now for, oh my gosh, you know what? Today's the 17th. Today is actually my anniversary date. So it's like 6 years going forward now. So anyways, I've been with Stacy now for a while, but I've been up, I've been down. I did the exact same thing with her. Or when I first got my Shakeology, she was not my coach at the time. I was trying to kind of do this journey solo. Like, I had a coach, but I wasn't like connected with my coach. Anyways, I did the same thing. I mixed my Shakeology with water, and then I about hit the cancel button. And when I ordered my challenge pack, before it even arrived in the mail, I already knew that I was going to do it for 30 days, get my money back, because nothing else worked. So why would this work? But I tell you what, I'm a survivor from molestation of my stepdad and rape and drug abuse. And I didn't know it at the time when I said yes, but that is what I was holding back on my weight journey. Everything that I was hiding on the outside, or, you know, my inside, if I kept eating food, like, that stuff wasn't ever going to happen to me again. I didn't realize that I would have my epiphany when, Morning Meltdown 100 came out, and I did that program, and then out of the blue, I just, bam, I lost it, because I was no longer a victim. I had changed into a survivor, and then I really started talking about my truth. And I've gone through so much in the last 5 going on 6 years that if I would have hit that cancel button, I wouldn't be where I am today. Last year at this time, I had lost 100 pounds on my journey. I've gained like probably 10 pounds throughout this COVID thing, and I checked out in August. But every time I check out on myself, I am learning something new that flares up what is going on. So it's not, the weight loss is like a byproduct. Some days I can only drink my Shakeology. Some days I only did 10 minutes of a 30-minute workout. Some days I didn't even work out. But I never stopped. I never hit the cancel button. And if I did hit that cancel button, I want to be free from that mind that was holding me back. So all I got to say is that if you can only drink your shake or half a shake or a 5-minute workout out of a 30, you accomplished your day. Don't put in there that you're a failure if you don't do X, Y, and Z. Make it to you where you're a winner if you do 1 out of 20 things, you know. So, and I just, Stacy, she loves hard, and she had to give me some major truth bombs. And I know every time she did, it was because she saw something way deeper in me than just where it was at the time. And that's why I'm so connected with her, is because of those truth bombs. No one's really done that with me. And it's hard, tough love. And you guys, in a year, in 5 months, in a month, you're going to feel so different, and you're going to continually learn things. And anytime something happens, it's always for information. It's not just, it didn't work. No, it does work. What are you not doing? You know, it's a full circle effect. So on the tough days, just think of why you purchased on day 1.
Absolutely. So you guys definitely want to go back to, and thank you for sharing your story. I know how at one point that was something you would never have opened up to. And that's the kind of growth that I want for people. And so when she says that tough love, like I nudge you a little bit because I don't want you to nudge yourself out, you know, because I did that for way too long with my own self. You know, therapy for 13 years, and it served such a wonderful purpose. But I will tell you what put every little building block together was Teen Believe Nation. It got me to show up every day. Strangely enough, when people don't show up, I show up harder. And I think that also helps me, and this can help you when people aren't showing, you can show and let that fire you up inside. Personal development is going to be your strongest key. So what do we do in Team Believe Nation? You build your wellness journey. So this page is a year-round page, you guys. This is where I put a post out every single morning for us all to share, collect a thought, engage, have some type of interaction with you for the day. A lot of times along with the post, I will post a workout. You might have been seeing me go live. Sometimes I'll be talking about challenge group stuff, and then I come in as a challenger myself. I stay steady on my Shakeology every single day. I work Beachbody programs. Now, right now, I'm kind of playing around with the Beachbody library until I go all in on 9-week controlled week. But what I will tell you is this: you want to build yourself up to working out however many days a week that you want to feel good. And the way you do that is just by following a program. You don't have to be perfect with a program, but if you need discipline, you want to do one program from start to finish, guys. You want to see what all the meat and potatoes are all about, right? You want to know what the hype is all about. And I will tell you, before I started this Beachbody on Demand thing, there was no Beachbody on Demand. It was DVDs. I think there's something to be said in doing one program on repeat. And I'm just going to share this with you. Again, it's what worked for me. So the purchase that I bought was 21 Day Fix, the DVD. And so I didn't have anything else to work on. There was no Netflix library that we have here now, which is insane, right? So every day I got up, I went downstairs, I made my shake. By the way, it got better. I did not do the water and I did not do the healthier concoction. I did what worked best for me and what tasted good. And that's all that mattered first, because I wanted to build consistency before taste. Like taste, I wasn't worried about. I knew I was going to get that when it was ready. I had to really build consistency. So I'd go downstairs, make my nutrition, AKA shake, come upstairs and nurse my daughter. So I recommend that if you're new and you're starting off, do it the same day, the same time of day, and be consistent with it for a month. Set your alarm on your cell phone to go off at 6:45, because at 7 p.m., for example, you're going to have your nutrition. That's your nutrition time. And when you're having your nutrition, I really recommend you pair it with your personal development. Now you might go, but what is personal development, Stacey? I don't know what that means. It can mean whatever gets you to connect to your heart and to your soul and to the deeper meaning of what this means for you. And it will help you connect and it will help you evolve into that. Literally, personal development can be whatever you want. Sometimes I might listen to a YouTube motivational video on something that I really need that day. Maybe I'm feeling really not confident, so I need to pop in a quick YouTube video. I love listening to audiobooks. Right now, I'm currently listening to Becoming Michelle Obama. She reads the book, and it's fascinating to me. And the reason why personal development is so key to this journey, and it's also something that can be brushed off completely, but when people aren't in their PD, they're also out their way out the door. So I just want to make sure I say that, because it's really vital, and I don't want to disservice you. I want you to succeed. I want you to be successful. I want you to start feeling the pivots and the shifts and those tingle tugs that you deserve. And so personal development is key. Doing something on repeat. It can be 5 minutes a day. Maybe you have an app on your phone that you really like. Maybe you're into astrology. Maybe you're into your religion. Maybe you're into the universe. Maybe it doesn't make candles. It doesn't matter. but I want you to find, at least starting off for the first month, something that you can do 5 minutes or more a day, but no less than 5, and really connect to that personal development, because it's going to help you stay consistent on the tools, right? And then take a look at your Beachbody On Demand. See what's going on. See what program you want to start and when you want to start it, and give yourself that date just to show up and be consistent. The bravest thing you've already done. You already hit the go button. So because of that, you're already a champion. Please know that. But now what I want is for you to take this purchase, and I want you to build equity into you. I want you to build equity into your new foundation. So we do 2 team calls every month, the first and the third Thursday. They're all at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We typically do not record these calls unless it's like a really grand slamming kind of call. Sometimes we do cooking. We did cooking just earlier where we made Shakeology concoctions just a little bit ago. But it's always the first and third Thursday, and those events will go out. You'll be invited to that. You don't have to be part of it, but I will tell you, the more you can engage, you're going to start filtering yourself in with like-minded people. And the more you put yourself into the energy for you to evolve and change, the faster it will become. So that's my humblest tip for you. Try to make 1 a month, and then eventually get to just 2 calls a month with us. But posting every day in our team page is really super key. So I set cell phone alarms in the beginning to make sure I would stop at 7 p.m. no matter what my day was, and it would go off, and then I gave myself 10 minutes, and I would post and I would talk about my day, just the things that I went through. I felt the connection from others, and then I scrolled through our team page and I would just shout out some other people, and I started to introduce myself to them, and I started to become friends with them. And that's kind of how the community starts, and it will spread its wings, but we need people to do their part. So you got to find out what this really means for you. And once you're ready to work a program, then you can decide, gosh, do I want to get into the nutrition? Am I ready for the containers? Am I ready for the 2B mindset? When you're ready to take on things in your wellness, reach out to your coach. That's very, very, very important. The one thing that we do in here is that we create leaders and heroes. So we don't create handholders. We create leaders and heroes. And the way you do it is built over time. So just know that this isn't a diet. This isn't a restriction. This is for you to heal all those things on your inside and how much love that you want for yourself, more than you've ever had forever. And that's really the premise of our group. Now, does anybody have any questions where you're at right now? How are you? Where are we? Is there anything that you want to bring up? You can also write things in the chat, you guys. So if you don't feel like unmuting or talking, you can go right here. And I just wrote, hey. So if you have any questions, you can write them in the chat. If not, Sharona, is there anything else that you could just kind of talk about in the beginning, where you were with your journey and when you started to really pick up more speed, and kind of where was that turning point for you when you were like, there's a difference in how I look at this thing?
I think that when you're, especially like right now with everything that we're going through, like people feel so alone. They feel like they don't have anybody, and they feel like they have to go through things by themselves. And what I try to mention to my challengers is that if I don't know you're having a bad day and you don't share it with me, how do I know? So if you're having a bad day, the best thing to do is to share it with your group, and you're going to be surprised at just how loved you truly are. And then at first it was getting into the habit of doing everything, but then it just became like part of my life. And sorry, my dogs are going crazy outside. But you'll realize, like, when you stop doing it, you like crave it back if you stop doing it. So it's very important. Just share what you're going through, because you never know who is going through the same thing. And then just do what you can every single day, no matter what that looks like for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. And the last thing, the most important thing, don't ever compare yourself to anybody else, especially somebody who's been doing it, or maybe 5 years or 4 years or a year, because the moment you start to compare yourself, it's going to rob you of all the joy you need to give yourself during every single day of this journey. And I'm telling you, you guys are going to learn a lot. I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm excited for them too, you guys. And so please just know that we welcome you with open hearts. And the first thing is just start showing up in the team page. It's going to feel probably uncomfortable and weird, or maybe you're really excited and you're like, I can't wait to dive in and like have some friends that are like doing these things that I want so badly. You two are part of a little messenger thread. So basically the thread that you guys have in Facebook Messenger is just for you to have kind of a closer contact with me. I'm trying to make these threads a little more exclusive. And I also wanted you guys to see that you have somebody in your corner that is on their day one. They started in your month. So that first feeling of I'm the new kid on the block, I'm trying to kind of eliminate so you can see like, damn, I have somebody in my corner. Damn, it's day one. So I just want you to know that. And sometimes I'll be plopping in there, but that's a great place to ask me questions. If you need to have it personal, please put it in Facebook Messenger. You can message me privately. I'm here all of the time. So I just need to kind of like, I'll be checking in with you guys, but the way that you get the best of me is when you give the best to you. So do it alongside of me, because I have struggles and I have doubts and I have life and bills and all these things, right? We have all the things. But in Team Believe Nation, you're making the pivotal decision right now that you are posturing up in your life. You are putting your feet down in a new foundation, and you're willing to do the work and the grit to get you there. And I cannot wait to see where you guys are a year from now. Our door is here for you. It's here for you to be successful. And it's also for you to feel and heal a lot. And I can tell you, I have spent hundreds and thousands of dollars in a therapist's office. The best work is in here with those tools if you've ever been in therapy or if you go. The healthiest people say yes to wellness. Let me say that again. The healthiest people say yes to their wellness. And you might go, but I'm not healthy at all. I have this and I have that. No, my friend, you are healthy because you're deciding to make a change while others stay where they are. And let me tell you this too. You're going to have your close friends, your close people. They're going to want you to cut corners. They may not celebrate you the way that you are hoping. They may want you to jump off the train. Oh, just one night. Oh, just that. And maybe you're in a season where you're really trying, like you are there. You're about to hit that goal that you've been working on for 5 months straight. And you're going to be able to fall back on us. You're going to be able to fall back on your team. It's a team, and it's built on a lot of failing. So I encourage you to fail as often as possible, because when you fail often, once you finally get up to that mountain where you're like, I don't think I've ever seen this view before of my life, you're going to look back and you're going to see every single thing you did to work your tailbone off for that one. So remember, this is a marathon. We're not in a sprint. Drink your shake, post once a day, work personal development. My God, literally, if all you did was personal development, that is like most vital. A book, prayer, candle lighting, meditation, it doesn't matter, but let's find something and then evolve from that, right? Get into a Beachbody program when you're ready. Play with Beachbody on demand. Start looking at the containers, thinking about these things, and ask a shit ton of questions. Don't sit there and be a nosebleed seater in Team Believe Nation. You are an elite member now. You are an elite front row member for your journey and your leadership and your freedom that you want for yourself. And that's going to be some scale victories, and that's going to be a whole lot of non-scale victories. And so I want to tell you how privileged and honored I am that you are on our team and that you are working your commitments and you're willing to see where you want to be in a year from now. You're willing to do that. And I'm just excited to do it alongside of you. I'm here for you. I will love you before anything else in the world. Please remember to post. It's incredibly vital. It's probably the most vital tool that I got for you. All right. So does anybody have any questions? I didn't see anything in the chat. I think we're good. So I don't want, I'm 9 minutes over. I said I was only going to be for 30 minutes, and I know it's getting close to bedtime. So you guys, we love you. Welcome to Team Believe Nation. This call is recorded, and I will get this over in our new thread. Good night. Sharona, thank you for sharing your story. Marika, Tracy, you guys rock. Congratulations on saying yes, and we can't wait to see you on the team page tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.